All roads lead to center. The title's message is a revelation that first appeared listening to Richard Rudd, the founder of Jinkies, saying in an audio message, "All roads lead to death." To me, the message landed as, "All roads lead to center." Interestingly enough, I did my contemplation for this article in a hammock, which is kind of a swing. The feeling was very pleasant. I have known it since I was little, that of oscillating from side to side, from front to back. The pendulum is fascinating and attracted me since I was a child, even without locating the moment when I began to observe it as a symbol, geometry, and trajectory described of an arc or circle. Everywhere I look, starting with the movement of my body, then the movement observed in other people, and then in nature, the way the branches of the trees, the flowers and the blades of grass swing in the wind, this pendulatory movement is in fact the manifestation in the form of the way energy moves. Inside a human being, oscillation is how we seek the truth in ourselves, in our DNA. It is precisely that information of that frequency that soothes us, feeds us, and helps us to balance, center, and stop clinging to extremes. What other more precious thing do we seek in our lives if not this peace, this tranquility, this center, this place where there is no tension and where we find that drop of freedom? The inner pendulum is launched by the existential dilemmas. In the Jinkies, they are expressions of the two extreme forms of the shadow manifestation that keep us in victimization, defense, closure, or attack, projection. I recommend you to contemplate the 11 dilemmas in your hologenetic profile and notice what kind of oscillation do they generate in you. Do it with compassion though, for in this alchemical laboratory that is Mother Earth, we all have to get to know the extremes in our particular life story. Dilemmas are majestic invitations to travel all roads to the center. The first two dilemmas paving the way through my DNA are submission at life's work, Jinki 37 family alchemy, weakness, equality, tenderness, and excess at evolution, Jinki 40, the will to surrender, exhaustion, resolve, divine will, with line 2, profile 2-4, having denial as a wound, this triad bringing me the biggest challenges in relationships. Submissiveness can lead me into hypersensitivity, defense, or cruelty, attack, and excess into acquiescence, defense, or contempt, attack. In each of these extremes, denying my part of contribution or accusing the other, possibly even with anger. I have described for you an example of a particularly uncomfortable pendulum. Yet, by increasing the level of awareness, in time, it reduces its magnitude and softens its rhythm. The title's message, distills my life experience so far. Rich, beautiful, multicolored, across various roles. The obedient child, yet energetic and playful. The award-winning student, the performance gymnast, the caring sister with younger brother, the daughter helping her mother to clean the house, go to the market, and who goes with dad by bike. I rarely went out to play with other kids, yet when I did it with pleasure. Just as versatile was it in college and at my first jobs. Getting married early and my first child coming right away, I began my family life and motherhood when I was very young. This is where I practiced my vital energy management and the swing between the family and myself. Finding the center was a constant challenge, as my inner pendulum went much more to my husband and the 3 children than to the relationship with myself. Here I have experienced to a great extent what hanging the inner pendulum in one extreme more than in the other means. But when one lets it go of the excess area, of course it hits hard in the deficit part. A great school of love is the matrimony and the motherhood. With my spiritual search, it was the other way around. Along my evolution, as an ecstatic seeker as I have known myself since I was young, I realized that my true calling was actually spiritual. It is that deep part, that which is not seen, not touched, not measured, and that I had carried out my mundane activities for many years, repressing my great passion and holding the inner pendulum to myself. When I revealed it ecstatically, on the other side, it created shock, skepticism, and rejection. Over time, in some relationships, due to the need for time and space for my inner work, the pendulum's radius increased, and so the perception of the other in the relationship was sadly keeping away. Such a great school of love is relationships. So, in the first contemplation, the center is equidistance, the ability to get to and stay at the core of things, and to approach as much as possible the experiences from that space. This, however, is the result of a long, deep, and sustained inner work. And the transformational alchemy through the dilemmas is an essential part of it. The Gene Keys is the wisdom that accurately shows them to us so precisely and reveals how we can overcome them. This system is such a great unlocker. In 2015, when they came into my life, and especially when I found out about the 3 frequency bands, shadow, gift, and city, I understood that the secret in people's life is the center. In the Gene Keys, the center is the gift. There, in that frequency band, we have the unblocker in our DNA through creativity, through our spark of genius. We swing between shadow and city, but the center is the gift. When I got this, everything in me settled and calmed down. Where is the center located in a human being? The mind would say there is only one place. But when we look holistically, the center is in every single cell. And yes, we also have a center of centers, an essence of the essence, which is that one point. This theme is vast and pivotal, which is why I propose one or more dedicated articles in the coming editions of the newsletter. I leave you here a question as food for your contemplation, to take it into your day by day from this article. What is my unique way of reaching the center in my life? Let's conclude by honoring the energy in which we are launching the newsletter. The sun activates Jinki 20, Contemplation, superficiality, self-assurance, presence, and the full moon and the earth activate Jinki 34, the beauty of the beast, force, power, majesty. May this transmission nurture the hearth of your soul. Have a revealing contemplation.